Jennifer, you ready? Jennifer Leachman Lapoint. Three-time world record holder Jennifer Leachman Lapoint has enjoyed 30 years as a professional water skier and icon of the sport. She won her first U.S. national title in slalom at the age of 15. At age 21, Jennifer tied her first women's world slalom record of 4 buoys at 38 feet off. Accepting a full water ski scholarship to the University of Central Florida, Jennifer won 2 national college slalom titles. Jennifer opened the Jennifer Leachman Training Center and eventually O-Town Water Sports. O-Town was a hot spot in Orlando, hosting some of the first slalom league events and was the first wakeboard school in Orlando. Jennifer held or shared world record in 1985, 87, and again in 1996. The highlight of her career was winning the Michelob Light Professional World title in 1991. She won more than 30 pro events and had more than 60 podium finishes in her long career. One of Jennifer's most important accomplishments, however, was the founding of Women of Water Skiing in 1992. WOW, as it became known, produced more than 50 TV shows exclusively showcasing women's water skiing. Also notable, Jennifer was the only woman to ever compete against the men at 36 miles an hour in an effort to bring attention to the lack of women's pro events that season. Jennifer, you were truly one of a kind. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Leachman Lapoint.
The 4 semifinalists in the women's slalom competition is 23-year-old Jennifer Leachman, originally from Parkersburg, West Virginia. How does she focus for this competition?
What I really try to focus on, I think works best for me, is I go out against a blank field. I kind of prefer to go first. I try not to think about who I ski against.
A high school basketball standout, Jennifer lettered in the sport for 3 years at Georgia Tech, but her first love has always been skiing.
There just really wasn't a serious competitive tour. It wasn't going to be a profitable venture when I was 18, so I couldn't pass up a full scholarship to college. Chose to go play basketball, gave up tricking and jumping at that time, and started to challenge on the pro tour in a very small extent when the first year it started. And then when I tied the world record in 85, I decided that maybe there was a full-time career for me in professional skiing.
Yesterday, in the preliminaries, the world record performance by Jennifer Leachman. Jennifer needs 4 to win.
Good start, and she gets a pretty good one coming into her offside, long into 4, and that'll give her a victory this afternoon. Jennifer Leachman inside of number 5, but just enough to win.
Take a look again. Look at that reach.
Chris Lapoint on shore there, talking it over with Jennifer Leachman, flashing through the entry gate, around 1. Jennifer Leachman has 2. We're approaching tour record territory here. She has 3 at 4, and she gives it up.
Congratulations. From my calculation, you win the slalom tour title.
I think I've got it. I hope so.
Don't you know what you're doing?
He is so gone.
Top gunner later in the World Cup, Jennifer Leachman, around ball 1. Remember, only needs 2 balls, but odds catastrophe. And my God, what has happened here? The ski is absolutely shredded.
Your bone break.
The bone broke. Did you see the pictures?
Yeah, that was your bone.
Jen, people say you're doing crazy stunts all the time to be a bad girl. This is a little extreme.
Yeah, I'd say this is over the top.
Well, you are the only girl that skied, 36 miles an hour against the men on the pro tour, though, huh?
Yeah, actually, that was a made-for-TV stunt. Back when they dropped the women from the tour, I wanted to point out to the world that women deserve a place to ski on the professional tour as well as the men. And they didn't put us back on the tour. We just invented our own.
Thanks, Gerald, and welcome to On a Mission. Now, what we do here is create a little adventure and sometimes a little havoc. Let's take a peek.
I got all under control. We're lost.
Lost in San Fran.
Skiing the Statue of Liberty.
Son, we ain't getting lost, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Jennifer Leachman Lapoint.
Wow. Oh, taking the moment here. I'd like to thank the committee first off for my selection to the Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank all the other inductees tonight for the amazing contributions that you've made to the sport. I guess the committee had a sense of humor since they picked the tallest and the shortest women's water skiers of all time to go in at the same time. Who knew that a girl from West Virginia, a state of mountains, could make it into the Water Ski Hall of Fame? I share this honor with so many people. You cannot be here if it wasn't for the people who coached you, drove you, and just believed in you. First, I would like to thank my mom and my dad and my brother Todd, who's not here tonight, but for all the sacrifices that you guys made for me to be here tonight. I wanted you to know that my fondest memories of the sport really still are growing up on the river, camping out in our pickup truck. We actually had a one-room cabin on the river, and traveling the country together, listening to the Eagles. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for all of you guys that came out tonight, especially those that came from afar. And my best friend, Veronica, came all the way from Argentina, so she gets the longest trip award. Miss Huguette, my other daughter from Georgia. Leanne Wiedemann, who was my college roommate at Georgia Tech, and Brian and Linda Hockenberry, who drove me in California, came all the way from California, and I'm sure there's lots of other people that came a long way tonight, so thank you. Coaches. I can't thank them all, but I'd like to thank a couple tonight. Thank you to Linda Giddens for being my first great coach and mentor. I think you might have noticed the jump style. I did actually beat Sherry Sloan at jump. I just want to bring that up. Actually, undefeated, never lost to her. And I do thank Leonard and Leonard for accepting a bunch of hillbillies that stopped by one time when we were lost and accepted us in, and we became lifelong friends. Thank you to Lucky Lowe, my other brother, I don't know where he's at, for teaching me how to coach. I have great memories of traveling the country, doing the Coors Light O'Neill clinics for 3 years with Lucky. You have coached many a champion on their way to the Hall of Fame. Thank you, Lucky. One day, my longtime training partner, Terrence Fogarty, who's here from New York tonight, wanted me to try a hard shell ski binding. I was reluctant, but I decided actually that I wanted to try 2 of them. So we mounted them up, and after I fell getting up and couldn't run the course, we decided to rotate our feet. We were amazed at how much it improved our skiing. This is how the first monoplate binding system was born. And with the help of a friend of ours, Boba, we were able to get a U.S. patent on all rotatable bindings. So thank you, Terrence, wherever you are, for your contribution to the sport. Before there was a KLP, there was a KW. Kelly Woolsey was the VP of marketing at O'Neill. He was one of my first sponsors and an early believer in water skiing. Professional water skiing. He sponsored every champion of the time. And he brought lifestyle marketing to the sport through his iconic O'Neill ads. He put together the first Water Ski Life magazine, which was all lifestyle, and he helped mastermind the WOW Tour. He also helped create the first neoprene life jacket that we all enjoy today, so thank you, Kelly, for your contributions. Jeff, where are you? Yes, there are neoprene life jackets, in case you want one. I'd like to thank Mastercraft Boat Company and Rob Shirley for being an early believer in me, and also for their longtime support of pro skiing. I mean, for 20 years, we had a heck of a run, and we owe it to Mastercraft. The first time I saw them, BLP and KLP, I was about 6, and we were camping out in the back of our pickup truck at the Nationals in Canton, Ohio. Seeing the two long-haired, mustached California superstars was like seeing Michael Jordan. Who knew that I would get to grow up and be JLP? When I was 20, Chris came up to me and asked me to ski for his new ski company with his brother Bob, and it was my first big break in skiing. Within 4 months, I tied my first world record. As you know, they don't say much, but when they do, you better listen. Chris has been standing beside me ever since. Thank you, my dear Chris. At one skier meeting back in the early 90s, Sherry Sloan and I, who were both, at the top of the ranks at that particular time, we realized they were about to drop all the women skiers from the tour. We were told that there just wasn't enough interest in women skiing any longer. So somehow, without any particular skill and not even a secretary, we were able to put together a 4-stop tour with 16 television shows for less money than it takes to run one professional tournament today. Our big break came when a programmer from Fox Sports said that he had an available time slot on rush hour. And he said we could have, if we could deliver 13 shows in 6 weeks, that we could have the slot. So with no money and no idea, I, of course, said, yes, we'll take it. In an unprecedented collaboration of all of the boat companies and Overtons, thanks to Christy, and I don't know where she's at, and Parker, we were able to get the money within 4 days. We made up the name of the show, Curves, on our way to San Francisco to film Regina Jaquez, I don't know if she's here tonight, skiing under the Golden Gate Bridge on her 14th birthday. No one told us until later that it was dangerous to drive a ski boat by Freightliners and ski where there were great white sharks. But we survived that and many other of our adventures. WOW really was an achievement of all the women skiers of that time, and all the volunteers and judges and officials and people who did a lot for a very little, especially Sherry Sloan, Sonia Scheffler, I don't know where she's at, but my good pal, Simon Hill, Ed Brazil, who put slalom courses in some crazy rivers, and Kelly. The girls did a lot of crazy things that I asked them to do, including skiing in extremely rough water on the Ohio River with barges going by for no prize money. They can all be proud of their part in ensuring that women skiers still have a place to ski today. After 5 years, we were put back on the men's tour where we always wanted to be. When I was injured, the doctor said that I might not ski again. When my leg was not healing on the second bone graft, they said that I might lose my foot. My skiing at any level, again, is nothing short of a miracle. I hope that I have inspired others to do things they didn't think possible and to overcome the things they didn't think they could. Everyone has their moment when something happens and their life is not the same. You must look up and step out because God always has a silver lining. You just have to go forward. In the words of Mark Twain, challenges are what makes life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. After 46 years in the sport, when I look back, I realized that it was never about winning. It was always about the places we went, the people that we met, and the fun that we had. It was passing the sport on to the next generation to love it as we've loved it. Taylor May makes my heart sing to see you ski. I'm so proud of the wonderful young lady that you are becoming. You are my crowning achievement. This is not just a sport. This is a lifestyle. We are a tribe of people who are doing life together. I look forward to continuing to ski with all of you as Chris and I challenge what old skiers can do. I am truly honored to receive this award tonight, and I do thank God for my victories on and off the water and for my wonderful life. Thank you so much.